Now let's get a bit more information about what to expect during the closure of the third mainland bridge here in Lagos. And joining me now is the Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Kehinde Bamigbeton. Thanks a lot for joining us on the News at 10.
It's my pleasure to be here with you.
Anytime we hear about closure of that bridge, Lagosians become jittery. So, start by telling us the latest on what the process is going to be and start with the time of closure. We have that, but just in case anything has changed.
But nothing has changed, as you have heard. We are going to shut down the third mainland bridge, the midnight 23rd. Our preparation is that you have 4 alternative routes that you can take. The first, of course, is the Carter Bridge. That takes you from Oyingbo down over the Carter Bridge to Martins and then to Idumota. And what we are promising is that we will ensure that as much as possible, street trading is discouraged along this route so that you have more space for you to be able to navigate that environment. The second option you have is the Eco Bridge that takes you from the Old Western Avenue up down to Akpabon and then up into Lagos Island. And we are also going to police these areas to ensure that as much as possible you are able to have good entry into this part of town. The third option that you have is that possibly if you are living in a place like Ikorodu and you want to access the later part of Victoria Island, for example, you may not need to pass through this route. You can actually come in through Ikorodu, Ekpe, Aja, and enter. That also gives you longer ride, no doubt, but the point is that you may not end up in any bumper-to-bumper movement. And finally, too, we're also looking at the water option, because we also know that many people can access from Ikorodu right now to Lagos Island. There is enough, traffic on the waterways that we intend to encourage. We are bringing the Lagos State Waterways Authority. They are going to get really involved with Marine Police to ensure that there's security on the waterways. So you have 4 different routes through which you can be able to access Lagos Island besides third mainland that's going to be shut down for these 3 days. It
sounds very smooth, It
is actually smooth.
Yes, but we do know that on those access routes, even when the bridge is not closed, there are points of traffic themselves. The trucks is another issue, even though we hear that that's still ongoing. So if people say they're worried, it's because they look at the alternative routes as already problematic, even before the bridge itself is shut down. So what else are you going to do?
What we're doing right now is that we have identified the choke points, Anthony Loop, Oshodi Loop, Maitu Loop, Costain Loop. And we are going to make sure that there are enough police, security agencies, paramilitary agencies to be able to ensure that everybody will keep to his or her lane. We are bringing in the mobile carts. You will see the mobile carts on standby in case you decide to do otherwise. You will be tried almost immediately. So that is to ensure compliance and to ensure orderliness. We also understand that we are also trying to discourage a lot of people from taking their personal cars. So in a place like Ijora, yes, we are going to encourage park and ride. In a place like Ijora Lokpa Axis, for example, which is a choke point, we are providing park and ride. In other words, there are going to be buses, red buses of Lagos State, like bus, available for you to take at normal cheap rates. But the point is that they will be there to be able to encourage mass transit onto the island.
So people, where do people put their cars when you're doing this park and ride? Do you drive your car to a point, or you leave your car at home, or what's the plan?
If you drive your car to a point, there will be parking facilities for you to be able to park your car and then get onto these buses. The idea basically is to encourage more mass transit movement so that we can reduce the inflow of traffic going into Lagos. So we expect that all of us, we are appealing, and we're also saying that on Friday, for example, we are discussing with all the stakeholders, particularly market women, to see possibly whether we can allow the workers to get onto the island first early, so that if the markets open like 11 o'clock, the workers will have gone onto the island before the markets open. That will also be another way of democratically managing the influx onto Lagos Island. So we think all these strategies should be able to work, and we are appealing to the public to please cooperate so that we can make this thing happen in such a way that all of us can enjoy the brief moment.
All right, we hope that we get more information about what your alternatives are and what options are there before the closure does happen on Thursday. Thank you so much, Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, for joining us on the News at 10.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, the former military president, General Ibrahim Babangida, has cautioned politicians against allowing their personal ambitions overshadow their sense of reasoning while asking them to guard against utterances capable of jeopardizing the nation's future. The former military leader made this call in his special Salah message to Muslims, where he asked them to draw from the lessons of Eid al-Kabir to strengthen the nation's unity. According to General Babangida, at this auspicious occasion of Eid al-Kabir, I urge all Nigerians from all walks of life or political affiliations to be in the vanguard of peace and unity and work for the rancor-free polls in the build-up to the forthcoming political dispensation, end of quote. He also appealed to Nigerians to unite and solve the problems confronting the nation collectively. Let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Makwe Ogun Yusuf. Makwe?
Hello, Ijoma. It's good to see you.
You too.
Well, here in Abuja, there's been a low patronage of livestock, especially sheep, goats and rams in the capital territory ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, as traders decry the low turnout of customers in the market. Some ram sellers say they're running at a loss as the few customers who try to patronize them offer prices that are lower than the cost price of the animals. Annually, the Eid al-Kabir season allows several emergency livestock markets to spring up within the capital city to provide easy access for people who want to celebrate the festival with rams.
This is one of the several emergency livestock markets in Abuja that have sprang up on the eve of the Eid al-Kabir celebration. This is a common sight in Abuja and other cities in the country during the Eid al-Kabir festive season. In the past, ram sellers experienced some boom on the eve of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, but that appears to be changing as traders decry low patronage.
Since morning to now, I never even sell anything more. So I go buy market cost for bush market, come bring here. So now no people come buy. Any person who come buy, don't give me the price less than what I bought the thing for bullets. So I don't know now.
See, everything has changed. Last year we bring more than this ram, but this year we bring, but the buyers are not enough. We are facing some problem about the market.
Like last year, but this time around, let's say people that they are coming to rush to come to buy the ram. So let's say this year, I know the same with that last year. See. So I don't know, but others say that the ram is expensive. Other people who don't know the buyer ram didn't have money. So I don't know.
At this market in Utako district, we saw some residents who were moving from one point to another in search of an affordable ram to buy as prices soar.
The ram are expensive in the market. We are trying to see how we can get the cheaper one. You know, that I've stayed here for like an hour now. Try to see if I can get a moderate, a moderate price. You understand me? An affordable price. So things are not easy. So that is why, ordinarily, you just come, if they tell you what price, then you just pay and go back. But now I have been here for like 1 hour just to look for a moderate price and pick.
According to these livestock traders, on the average, it costs between 60 and 100,000 naira to get one ram. Most of these animals are brought into Abuja from states in the northeast and northwest. The 2011 National Agriculture Sample Survey by the Ministry of Agriculture reveals that there are estimated 72.5 million goats, 41.3 million sheep, and 145 million chickens in various farms in Nigeria, making the country a foremost livestock farmer in Africa. Although that report reveals Nigeria's leading role in livestock farming, the impact is relatively felt as the prices for these commodities continue to soar annually, especially during festive seasons.
When the news at 10 returns, President Buhari signs Instrument of Accession to the International Cocoa Agreement of 2010, following approval by the Federal Executive Council. That's on Business News. You join us again.